Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing a live review of the new compilation from Spicy Bois, Spice Jam. Another day on the channel, another day of branching out and doing something a little bit different. Spicy Bois, a label that I've been following for a while now and enjoying quite a bit. Yeah, kind of like the 1985 from a couple of weeks back, just another case here of promising myself that I would cover them at some point, and this just felt like a perfect opportunity. New compilation, new mini compilation at that. You might be looking at the artwork here thinking, you know, a little bit weird, a bit out there, a bit interesting, but they always do a bit of a spin from what I remember, from what I know, on something well known, or like a piece of culture, something like that. But yeah, some artists involved here whose stuff I've been loving for quite a while as well. Just had a look at the track list, and I'm not going to tell you just what kind of music we're going to hear here. I'm just going to make it a bit of a surprise. So yeah, just the 6 tunes here, hearing them all for the first time, providing comment along the way. You know how we do. By now, let's go. First up here today, we have Do You Wanna Go by Exotics. Okay. Clean. That is super clean. Fucking hell. Listen to that. Ooh! Oi, 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 oi. Oh! So much fun, so colourful, so bubbly. The production, so on point as well. Ooh, bit of a fake out. Hey, stop it. Short but sweet, but pretty much everything about it worked, in my opinion. Just packed a lot of punch for how short it was, and keeping it ticking over with this amazing production, like so sharp, so clean. Pretty simple, to the point, with a bit of colour and a bit of flavour, a bit of just bubbliness woven in, if you will, kicking off with that very crisp introduction that just kind of set the tone, set the foundation for the rest of the tune, and provided that very punchy, crisp backdrop from which all the kind of invention could have its say in the tune, if you will. And the invention itself, loved that little kind of trickling down, kind of ice droplet kind of approach that they had going on there. Very flavoursome, very colourful. I enjoyed it, and it was quite easy to go along with as well. Can't underestimate, of course, the power and the impact of the production there in those heavier moments, just for kind of propping up the idea and ensuring that it flows and has a good kind of, yeah, just a good direction and a good purpose to it. Without that real just kind of definition to the production overall, then you just wouldn't feel quite as compelled to kind of move along with it and get the full feeling and force of it. So yeah, again, very short, but just a very well put together tune. Compact and packing a lot of punch for how short it is, and that was some pure flavour right there, and produced very well. I'm liking that. A nice solid opening from Exotics. Good stuff. Next up we have Great Sword by Simba. Oh! Oh my gosh, the range of sounds is fucking incredible. Okay. Ooh. Just the range of sounds, the vocal samples, the flow of it, pretty fantastic. Part of me would have wanted a bit more of a, you know, a deeper percussive bass to it, kind of like the Exotics before, but no, the range of sounds and ideas is pretty mad. Okay. Fucking hell. Oh. Oh my gosh, some of these sounds, man. The flow of it, the movement. Oi, oi. Gonna have to say that is one of the best assortments of sound that I've heard in quite a while. The range of influences, the just the wildness and the craziness in terms of the range there of different sounds that we got, and the vocal samples working really well, just kind of dropped in there. And the changes that we got from one drop to another as well on that vocal front. The first drop had a particular sample running through it. Can't remember exactly what it was, but it worked really well. And then as it went on into the second drop, just had a bit more of a range of different vocal shouts and stuff like that. There was a part of me that felt that the percussion line below could have been just had a bit more of a rich and developed feel to it. Some of it felt just a bit flat and a bit scant, like it wasn't quite propping up the ideas that we got quite fully enough. But you know, some people, well, most people will find it just about good enough, just maybe not executed in quite the full rounded way that it could have been. That flavour that we do get, the ideas, the range of sounds is pretty fantastic. Like, I'm not just saying this, like, this is definitely one of the best kind of collections of sound that I've heard in quite a while. You know, sometimes you pull sounds from all different angles and directions and you just kind of force them together, they don't quite work, but they all worked with the flow and each one made sense coming after the one preceding it. So yeah, loads of fun, loads of flavour there, and a lot of good feeling, I think, to get out of it. So yeah, loads of good to get out of that one from Simba. Okay, moving on, we have Hello Human from Tronics. Ooh. 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 Damn. Damn. Sometimes just needs a little bit more going on just to fill those gaps in the transition moments between individual sections within each drop, if you get me. Just a little bit more going on just to, you know, make the flow just that little bit sweeter, cleaner. Did get better as it went on, I think. Just started a little bit sluggish with the introduction, just I think droned on and kind of went on for a little bit too long. Even though I did enjoy the musicality, the kind of melodic aspect of it that we got, yeah, I think just idea-wise in that introduction, it just felt like it was going on for just a little bit too long, maybe drawn out, a few seconds too long, basically. And then that kind of translated a little bit over into the first drop, even though we did get some good extraterrestrial, kind of alien-like sounds dropped in there, which were cool. Yeah, the idea itself did just feel a bit lethargic, just a little bit sluggish in that first instance, but then it did pick up really well, just more gaps being filled. And that translated also into the second drop, even though, again, it just felt a little bit like it could have had a bit more going on in those kind of transition moments from one mini section within each drop into another. Just felt like, you know, to enhance the flow, just make it even sweeter as a kind of, as a movement, that track. Yeah, just could have had a few more gaps being filled. But nah, for me on the good side here, the range of sounds, again, very good. Definitely transporting you to some kind of outer world, and the image it provides in your head being very strong. Outer space on other planets with the aliens and whatnot. Maybe basically the image of the artwork, that is basically what this tune is providing for me. And the production as well, very, very good, front to back pretty much, in the heavy parts in particular. Some good, some not so good with that one from Tronics, who I have to say is one of my favourite producers at the moment for sure. So he's just set a very high standard, but yeah, kind of got that in mind now every time I hear his stuff. But yeah, one to look out for in the future, no doubt and for sure. Then we have Contact by Star Monster.
Contact.
Really liking the atmosphere of it, just quite tense and quite unnerving, a bit creepy. Just got that bubbling and lying below. Again, the idea to me just feels a bit dragged out. Feels like it maybe needs something a bit exciting to it. Just to, you know, provide a bit of excitement in the tune overall. Mile and away the longest here so far, just over 5 minutes, so still got a way to go yet with this one.
Contact.
See, it's a good bop. It's a good flow, bit of movement, rhythm to it. See, stuff like that, just to, you know, catch the attention, take you off guard a bit, provide something a bit unpredictable. Welcomed, definitely welcomed. See, I think that would have been a good point to end it, in my opinion, just cutting off a few seconds, because by this point, it does just feel like it's going on for a little bit too long, just kind of overstaying its welcome just a bit. Again, some good going for it. I really enjoyed, again, the production overall, just so fantastic, so warm, such an enveloping, kind of all-encompassing feel to it, making me feel even warmer than I am on this extremely hot day. But yeah, I think everything just kind of coheres in this tune in terms of assembling elements and bringing them together. Also, I would say that there's a good selection, again, and range of sounds on show here, just giving that very outer worldly vibe, quite spacey, extraterrestrial, all that kind of thing. But fundamentally for me, this tune is just a bit too long. I think the ideas are good. I like that, again, just warm, bubbling under the surface kind of approach with the, you know, different sounds here and there just kind of shooting off, taking your attention. But for how long it is, I'm not quite sure that enough of that goes on. I think if you're going to make a tune or just each drop that long, then you've got to provide other moments to just take the attention in one direction or another. The idea's good, the production good. I think the overall structure for how long it was good as well. That little midway point that we got as well, providing a bit of respite, which was welcomed. But yeah, ultimately I think for how long it is, it just needed a bit more excitement. Otherwise it just becomes a bit too hypnotic to really kind of be in the moment and full focus of the tune itself on the invention front. So yeah, that would be my thoughts on that one from Star Monster. And ultimately we have Banker G and Trip Drop with the wrong number.
Fight.
Ooh. Oi. 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 Oi.
Wrong number.
Just got a little bit of a flat feel to it. Like, I like the overall concept, but it just needs a bit more flavour in there. Just a couple more little ingenious touches just dropped in, you know?
Wish you just changed the vibe already.
Okay, switch it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. They have picked it up a bit here in this second half, but does just still feel like it needs a little bit more, just something else, just to fill a couple more gaps, you know? Yeah, that one over before it really got going, but I enjoyed the overall concept, just a whip, 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 especially in the second half. Just a bit of a wavy, wobbly kind of number, feeling quite underground and quite just a bit earthy and a bit swamp-like, you know. Did enjoy that, and the vocal samples, of course, were good. Wrong number! Did just feel like there was potential, well, a lot more potential for just more flavour being added in and kind of woven in, dropped in, whatever. Did pick up a bit in that second half, but, you know, with those kind of little quack kind of sounds, those were cool, which I referenced earlier. But no, just needed more of that. Just needed more gaps being filled, more going on, because, again, it just felt a little bit like it was slowly motoring along without that much going on, not that much excitement, sorry, to just kind of hang on to and remember and make you want to go back to it again and again. This one was very short, and it still had that kind of, okay, just maybe waiting for something a bit more to be going on here. But yeah, I think that would be my thoughts pretty much on that collaboration between Banker G and Trip Drop. And finally here today we have Vibe Emissions with Choked Out. Oi! Ooh, oi! Yeah, these higher pitched wubs just feel a little bit piercing on the ear, a bit jarring. Not quite as easy to appreciate, I don't think. Man, some of these lower wubs are just beautiful. Really reminding me of early Zed's Dead, actually. That kind of Omar Lynx collaborative stuff they did back in the day. Ooh, needs a stronger snare, I think, to back up the idea. Feeling a bit flat with the... I mean, the wubs are sick, like the flow, the invention going on here. Really liking that, but needs a thicker backdrop for sure. Yeah, these ones I'm not quite sitting well with, I have to be honest. Posing both good and not so good. On the good front, the introduction of each main drop was very good, liking the range of wubs that we got, just that deep, again, kind of underground feel to it. Maybe a bit old school with a bit of an updated feel with the production, and again, it just, you know, what I said earlier, early Zed's Dead and their stuff with Omar Lynx, you know, that kind of thing. But the way that each one went on was a bit more confusing in terms of just a directional change and choice. Those high-pitched screeches, which was just so markedly different from the more guttural, earthy, and just more toned-down stuff that we got initially with each drop. Yeah, I don't know. It just felt a bit jarring and a bit grainy on the ear, that more piercing kind of delivery. Beyond that, in the heaviness we got, I do think some of the percussion could have been a bit sharper, a bit more refined, the snares in particular. Yeah, just to prop up the ideas that we got just a bit more. Points also just feeling a little bit clunky with the arrangement of sounds that we got. So yeah, that one from Vibe Emissions, just a bit of a mix, I would say. Probably equal parts good and not so good. In terms of where it's excelling and where it could have maybe just been improved or enhanced a bit. So yeah, as the closer, that would be my thoughts on that one. So yeah, overall, decent mini compilation here from Spicy Bois, and stylistically, thematically, pretty much what I expected overall over the course of it, you know, always going for that kind of free-formy, space-based trap kind of vibe, bit of wub infused in there as well, just to kind of give it that little bit extra. But yeah, that was a kind of aesthetic, I suppose, that is maintained throughout the whole thing. Even though, yeah, for sure, we do get quite a few different unleashings, if you will. You know, longer tracks, shorter tracks, ones that are a bit more focused on the sounds themselves, ones that are a bit more focused on the production. I think the first half I'm preferring a bit more than the second here. The first three in comparison with the second three that we get of the 6. But yeah, I do have to say that I do rate the range here of ideas that we get, again, within that particular style. But yeah, on the note of stuff I'm enjoying in particular, I think conceptually, on the invention front, my pick would come from Simba, the second tune that we got here, Great Sword, but production-wise, and also I think only just behind on the conceptual front would be Exotics and Tronics. So yeah, that's my roundup of my live review right there of the new mini compilation from Spicy Bois. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, now and as always, want to pass it off to you guys. What are you making of this compilation? I mean, I'm guessing that most of you, the vast majority of you, haven't heard it yourselves yet, but from what you heard in the video, Did you enjoy it? You know, which tunes did you enjoy most? And does it make you want to hear the compilation yourselves in full? But yeah, drop all of your views, thoughts, and opinions in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're yet to, hit the bell along the way, and all the necessary links are down below. You got your social media accounts, Patreon, Twitch, everything Nawtystep related. Go down below to the description and check it all out. But yeah, keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know, and I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Peace.